Images can be used to tell stories, just like videos can be used to tell stories, and even words can be used to tell stories on LinkedIn. Hopefully the stories you're telling are highly relevant and interesting and useful to your target audience, not just simply all about you. When you post images on LinkedIn, it's important to understand some of the complexities or idiosyncrasies of LinkedIn when you're doing it so that it presents in the best possible way. I'm going to share with you some of my findings of this morning's testing that I did, and I'm going to share with you some ideas about how you can post images in a LinkedIn post and get value from them for your target audience. So if we scroll all the way down to the bottom of my testing this morning, here it is right here. I did 20 images in this post. You can see the top one, and then you can see 3 more here, and it says plus 16. That's 20 images. Now note this. Note the orientation of these images. It's important for us to pay attention to that, and I'll explain to you how you can impact that in a minute. Now here's a big issue you can think about, and that is the size of your image. Let's go back to this post right here. In this post right here, my last post, I posted, let me use this image here. I posted a 1400 square image, a vertical image, an image that's way too small, and a 1280 by 720. Now you wouldn't necessarily know that except for a couple things. Number one, notice this is 4 images. And this one here is on the left and these 3 are on the right. But look down here at another 4 image post. This one's on the top and the 3 are on the bottom. Now here is why that happened. This image right here is 1400 by 1400. This image right here, either this one here or this one here, is 1280 by 720. So when you post a square image of at least 1000 by 1000, notice it puts it on the left so it can show the whole square image, and it puts these over on the right. So size matters. But let me show you what happened here with orientation. So there's the 1400 by 1400. Notice it takes up pretty much the entire displayable section. But when I go over here, look here, I'm using a vertical image and I got all this empty space here. Not the end of the world, but look over here. This image is way too small. So it really sucks. It does, it's not using all the space it could use. And then this image right here is the 1280 by 720, which is my typical thumbnail for my YouTube channel. And notice I got a bunch of empty space here and here, unlike, remember, the 1400 by 1400 used it all. So I'm proposing that a square image, I think of at least 1000 by 1000, would give you a better use of the space when you post these images. Okay, again, square 1400 by 1400, vertical, way too small, and this is a 1280 by 720. Size matters and indicates or will influence the way it's presented. Now here's the other test I did. I wanted to know what is the default order that LinkedIn uses when it puts images in a post. So I took these 20 images right here and I put them all in a folder, and then I created this post and I selected all 20 and hit add. To me, what I have determined is it appears that the order that these images show up is the order in which the images were added to the folder. Not the date they were created, not the date they were modified, not the date they were last opened, but in fact the order in which they were put in the folder. Why? I'm not sure, but that is what I discovered when I did this. However, there's something else that you need to know about adding images to your LinkedIn posts. And let me show this to you by doing a post. So I'm going to create a new post, and I'm going to show you how you can decide the order, testing, adding multiple images to a LinkedIn post. I'm going to go here and click on the image icon. I'm going to select my images. That's interesting. it went right by that. I'm going to hit the add media. It goes right by that. So it's okay. So I'm going to select my images. Watch this. I'm going to select right down through here. And by the way, this is in fact ordered by the date they were added, but to the folder. I'm going to get 20. Doesn't make any difference. I'm going to hit open. Now I just added 20 images to a LinkedIn post. Now again, the default order is the order in which they were added to the folder. However, look here. I have the ability to click on an image and use these arrows and make that the first image. I have the ability to click on this and move this over and make it the second image. I can rearrange the order in which these images show up as I am creating the post. Now, while I'm here, let me explain this to you. You have the ability to tag an image. You have the ability to edit an image. So I can edit, make it square. I can make it 4:1, 3:4. There's that square, remember? But look, it crops it off. I don't like that. 16:9 original, which is 16:9. I can zoom in. If I zoom in, can I move it around? Oh, I can't move it around. Wish I could move it around. So I'll put it back. I have the ability to rotate it however I want. I have the ability to, let me put it back where it belongs. I have the ability to flip it that way. I have the ability to flip it this way. Crazy. I have the ability to filter it. Make it a studio image, make it a classic image, make it a luminant image. I have the ability to adjust the brightness. These are pretty cool, maybe a little more than what you really need, tools to manage the images that you are uploading to LinkedIn. Change the contrast, change the saturation, lots of different ways I can do it, and then I can hit apply. Oh, there's more down here. Change the vignette and hit apply. You also have the ability, besides editing the specific image, tagging the specific image, you have the ability to add alternate text. I recommend that you always add alt text. The alt text you should add should be specifically about this image. However, what I recommend that you do is that you also try to use your keywords that are relevant to this story, relevant to this post, in your alt text. So my alt text may say something like this: young woman near laptop, afraid of her LinkedIn post. So I'm getting my word LinkedIn there, and I'm also very deliberately explaining what this image is, which is the purest intent of the alt text. But get your keywords in there where relevant and appropriate and add. You can add alt text on each image. Professional woman using Google Calendars on her laptop as she prepares to use Calendly, which is what this image is all about. Add. Alt text is important. Not only explain the image for those who need that alt text, which is important for us to do, but also to get our keywords in there, which is an SEO function. Now I can hit next. Now I haven't posted this yet, and because I haven't completed the post, I have the ability to go back and edit the images. So I can edit the position, the actual image, and the alt text before I post it. However, point of interest, once you have posted it, you can edit the text after you've posted it, but you can no longer edit the images. So if you discover that there's a mistake on the image, you're not going to be able to fix it. You're going to have to delete the post and recreate it. So I've created my post. I've added my images. I've added my alt text. I've rearranged my images the way I want them arranged. I'm going to hit post. Now I'm having fun with images. I'm not using images that are deliberate about a specific story, but there's my story. There's the collection of images that I want to use in this LinkedIn post to tell a story. Pay attention to your images that you use in LinkedIn post. Pay attention to the orientation. Pay attention to the words you use so that you tell the most impactful story you can with images.